Today on Team E Outdoors, it's winter in New York, and that means steelhead and snow geese.
Conditions are perfect, man. They should be nibbling for us this morning.
We follow U.S. Army vet Chris Jones in search of his first steelhead on the Salmon River. Chris then puts down the rod and picks up his gun, traveling to the Fingerlakes. It's prime time for hunting the elusive snow goose. And it's next. Now, you're watching Team E Outdoors, presented by Slay Odor Neutralizer.
Hello everybody, I'm Captain Rick. You are watching Team E Outdoors, presented to you by Slay. Today we have an outstanding show for you. I was lucky enough to be teamed up with Chris Jones, a man who fought for our country, and taking him on his first steelhead adventure.
This week on American Comrades, I journey to the New York banks of frozen Lake Ontario. I'll be fishing for steelhead from a drift boat on the famous Salmon River in Pulaski, New York. My guide today is Captain Rick Mick of Trophy Dreamcatcher Charters.
Chris Jones, right? Yep. What's up, brother? Captain Rick, nice to meet you. What we are going to do today, man, we're going to throw this boat in the famous Salmon River in Pulaski, New York. We're going to try to get a little fish on with some steelhead with my man Chris Jonesy right here. We're going to have a good time, brother.
I'm Chris Jones, medically retired U.S. Army soldier, and this is my trip.
Don't let the snow fool you. It's about 32 degrees, which has been minus most of the year. So we actually have perfect conditions. We have cover, we have pressure because of the snow, and we actually have pretty good water. Water's about 600-700 down here right now. So we're in about mid-lower river here, and conditions are perfect, man. They should be nibbling for us this morning.
I've never had the opportunity to catch a steelhead, but if we were lucky enough to catch one, it would be my first. On the way, we stopped into Fort Ontario to visit a piece of American history. This fort was an operation for the French and Indian War, the Revolutionary War, and the War of 1812. It was also occupied by the U.S. Army through World War II. If you get a chance, I would recommend stopping in and checking it out. It's located in Oswego, New York, and is open to the public.
There he is, there he is. Get him. It's hard, hard. You got him now. Let him run, stop reeling. Got a little Jonesy with a fish on.
In less than 5 minutes, we hooked the first one.
It could be an 8-pounder, it could be a 15-pounder. We don't know yet. Keep him down, keep him down. You bring his head up, he's gonna spit the hook. Certain way to fight these fish. Everybody's got a tendency to keep it straight up in the air like bass or something else, but you gotta lead them. Reel right to the tip for me.
Captain
Stop.
Rick Mick was great.
Yeah, you're gonna keep it going to the back of the boat. Reel, get it right to the thing. All right, that's it.
He was coaching me through my first steelhead.
Straight up, keep him coming back behind me. Now straight up. Straight up. Out of the water, out of the water. Woo! Got your first one, bro.
I think Captain Rick was more excited than me. He was dancing and having a good old time.
Yahoo! That's a pretty one. They're special, man. You gotta use light tackle for them, so it's a challenge to the angler. And they're just beautiful. I mean, I fished all over the world and for these fish in the Northeast, and right here at home, man, is where I do my best damage. Get them a good grip by the tail, put them between your fingers just like that. And we got a fish on for you, baby. I love these fish, man. I absolutely love them. And to share them with people, it would suck if I fished every day by myself. But I got great clients. I got a great friend here now in Chris Jones. And I always say you create friendships on land, but true relationships are born on the water. Or should I say spawned? See you, baby. Put her right back in head first.
It was a beautiful fish, dime bright silver, and put up a heck of a fight.
Fish on, Jackson. High five, baby. That is the reward of doing what I do. And that's hands down what I love, is that I get to help these people. You know, somebody could have died in their family a week before, you know, come out of a surgery, beat cancer, anything. And they come out with me, and I get to take that away from them for, you know, even a day. And maybe reset their hearts and their confidence in beating what they're challenging, or, you know, any disease with their family, or any sad moments. So I'm happy I do what I do, and that's the main reason why I do it. I love to fish and I love people. I love to turn them on to what I get to do.
Team E Outdoors is brought to you by NASCAR Racing Experience, the authentic racing experience. All Season Sports, your single equipment source for New York's Salmon River. The Great Outdoors, your RV superstore in Fulton, New York. By Sheffield Products, when precision counts. Spectra Shot, this shotgun shell eliminates doubt. J. LaFleur Logging and Forestry Products, providing you with all your forestry needs. Fingerlakes Tire, we carry every tire you will ever need. Slay Odor Neutralizer, welcome to the world of precision scent control. Gamma Line, all fishing lines are not created equal.
On the water, you've got to beat Mother Nature to beat the odds.
Oh, yeah.
ScoutLookWeather.com has a new fishing app that is changing the game. The new free Bassmaster fishing app puts weather, wind maps, lunar times, and tides at your fingertips. The Fish Log app lets you catch fish, snap a photo, and capture weather details automatically. View, edit, and analyze your logs free online. So don't just get the Outlook, get the Scout Look.
This is Captain Rick for All Season Sports in Pulaski, New York. Bait, bait, bait. All Season Sports has everything from rubber eggs to real salmon eggs, flies, and the cleanest bait tanks in the Northeast. Whether your rods and reels are Okuma, Shimano, or the ever-forgiving Ugly Stick, All Season Sports is what you need to land that big fish. Whether you like stocking foots with boots or boots already on your waders, All Season's got them all. Stop in or shop online at allseasonsports.com. Tell them Captain Rick sent you. Fish on.
The fever. Intense. NASCAR Racing Experience. The authentic racing experience. Packages start at just $329. Thrilling.
Yeah!
The rush. The NASCAR Racing Experience. Call 1-877-RACE-LAP today.
We've been getting a ton of response through email about the center pin fishing itself. You know, a couple people live in Alaska or the West Coast, you know, Rick, I can't come out, I can't come to the Salmon River and fish with you, we want to learn. So we went ahead and took the liberty of making an in-depth learning video for center pin, and which you can pick up online, which is listed below me here. You know, hopefully you'll get into it too, no matter where you are in the country. This is a great system. Hope to see you soon on the water. Fish on!
The scenery was beautiful, like something right off a postcard.
It's absolutely ideal right now. It takes an hour for them to heat up. When the daylight comes, we got 2 and 2 cast, baby. So got the pressure, we got cloud cover, and we got good water. First time probably all year that this thing hasn't been frozen in one shape, way, shape, or form, either from that side or that side. So they seem to be a little hungry this morning.
This fish was bigger. It ran on us a couple times.
There he goes, there he goes.
And just when I thought the fight was over, it was on again.
Smaller fish will kind of roll on you and shake their head a little bit, maybe hop out of the water. It's a better sized fish. It already took off probably, I don't know, 30, 40 yards when he first had it, and then it jumped, so.
This fish was about an 8-pounder. If I gotta reel in these fish all day, my arms are gonna be smoked.
All right, real fast, he's gonna come in now, stop. That's all right, that's all right. Got us a little steelhead. Once again, some people will say it's a salmonoid and others will say it's in the trout family. Do your research and decide for yourself. I have my own personal thoughts on it, but with that, we're gonna get a kiss. We got a fish on, baby. Woo-hoo! Did it again, boy, did it again. The bulk of our river season, which is the salmon run, is from September to like the last week of October. You look at it now and there's nobody out here. You come here in salmon season and through the whole season, those 2.5 months of river season itself, you know, you see 300,000 people come through here. Are the fish here? Absolutely. There's fish in every hole, whether it's salmon season when it's at its peak or steelhead season right now. You know, and it's just a matter of running the right bait, which is why you come with me and learn how to set it up right. And the fish turning on. I mean, it's the only thing. Speaking of which, we're locked up, baby.
After the first couple fish, I let Captain Rick get into the mix. He couldn't resist.
Woo, baby.
Captain Rick is using a different rig. He's using a Sheffield center pin, his specialty.
Son! This river is clearly, I mean, perfectly made for center pin fishing or float fishing with a spinning rod like I got Chris doing here. But, you know, I'm an addict when it comes to center pinning. I've been lucky enough to catch, you know, almost 40-pound stripers on it, all sorts of fish in Bahamas, Tampa, Alaska, and everything in between. You know, it's got no drag system, although they do make one now with a drag system for those of you that get intimidated without the drag. But, you know, generally, it just, your pinky right there is what controls your drag. And there's no reel ratio, it's flat. I mean, whatever you reel up, which I think is 7.5 inches or 8 inches that you reel each turn, you know, it's a challenge, man. And when you do it as much as I do it, it's, you always want to challenge yourself, but it is a blast. Ain't nothing ugly about a biting steelhead. Big ones, little ones, mwah. We love them all, baby, all the same. Steelhead are unique. I mean, some of them will spawn, you know, after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. They don't always come back every single year, but they'll come in the river and they'll spend, some of them will be in the river from October all the way till the water gets the temperature where they spawn. And then these fish will go back out to the lake if nobody harvests them. So anything we catch that we're putting back probably has a good chance of going back out and coming back a bigger fish next year or the following year. I love Alaska now, and I've been there and I've spent the money to go. But, you know, these days, this day and age with the economy, a lot of people don't have 10 grand, you know, between your flights and the lodge you're going to go to. So you come up here and this is, you know, 400 bucks a day to get on the boat. And it's a full 8-hour plus day out here and, you know, do some great stuff like this. So I want to thank Chris for coming out and picking the fish with me today. And thank him for fighting for our country.
There was never a dull moment fishing with Captain Rick.
But this fish is kicking his boop right about now.
And Captain Rick was right. I'll never forget my first steelhead.
Ooh, don't horse him, don't horse him. I hope to see some of you guys or girls in front of my boat here catching these steelhead. Look me up at trophydreamcatcher.com. Till then, we'll leave you with a big old fish on, baby. We're gonna put this one in the net.
Getting out on the water today was just what my dusty bones needed.
Yahoo, baby! We'll end it right with that nice, pretty hen right there.
My trip to Oswego County was a memorable one. I got to visit a piece of American history, Fort Ontario, and caught my first steelhead on the famous Salmon River in Pulaski, New York.
Nice.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Sweet.
Up next, we hunt the Finger Lakes for snows.
Hey Phil, I've been getting some tweets as to why us run captains have been using Gamma line.
Dan, what the heck is a tweet?
Higher braking strength, cast longer with accuracy, more natural presentation.
Meat, baby! Hey, you catch more fish. Guaranteed.
Your time on the water is too valuable to be compromised by your line's performance.
Sportsman, if you need tires for your 4x4, SUV, ATV, or boat trailer, Fingerlakes Tire is the place to go. Located in Auburn, New York, our mission is to deliver the most professional, hassle-free, and pleasant purchase experience anywhere. We offer real value on quality tires and have over 5,000 tires in stock every day. Located in Auburn, New York, Fingerlakes Tire, your neighborhood tire store.
On the water, you've got to beat Mother Nature to beat the odds.
Oh, yeah.
ScoutLookWeather.com has a new fishing app that is changing the game. The new free Bassmaster Fishing app puts weather, wind maps, solunar times, and tides at your fingertips. The Fish Log app lets you catch fish, snap a photo, and capture weather details automatically. View, edit, and analyze your logs free online.
So don't just get the outlook, get the scout look.
This is Captain Rick for All Season Sports in Pulaski, New York. Bait, bait, bait. All Season Sports has everything from rubber eggs to real salmon eggs, flies, and the cleanest bait tanks in the Northeast. Whether your rods and reels are Okuma, Shimano, or the ever-forgiven Ugly Stick, All Season Sports has what you need to land that big fish. Whether you like stocking foots with boots or boots already on your waders, All Season's got them all. Stop in or shop online at allseasonsports.com. Tell them Captain Rick sent you. Fish on.
Bow hunting requires getting in close, and controlling human scent can often be the difference between success or failure. So don't cover human odor. Eliminate it with Slay. Slay's scientific formula kills the bacteria that causes odor and keeps working all hunt long. This new Slay Pro Line kit comes with everything you need to neutralize and eliminate human odor. Log on to slaythegame.com now and learn how Slay can get you back in the game.
So don't cover human odor. Eliminate it with Slay.
Okay, welcome back to Team Me Outdoors. Once again, I'm Captain Rick. Hey, listen, this Chris Jones had one heck of a week. Not only did he go and catch his first steelhead with me on the famous Salmon River, but he got to go after some snow geese with Fowl Call. Wait till you see this.
A short distance down the road from where we're hunting, there's a Bass Pro Shops in Auburn, New York. We were lucky enough to be invited into the shop with the veterans. I wanted to take these veterans into the shop and show them what kind of waterfowl products we use. It's very important for these guys to understand what it takes to hunt the greater snow geese in the Atlantic flyway. It's not the same as hunting honkers in a cornfield or ducks over water. One of the essentials we use is the Rig'em blind bags. They carry our shells, our calls, our headlamps, plus they're extremely waterproof and definitely snowproof. These Rig'em blind bags are going to be essential for the next day or two. The weather's going to turn for the worst. Another essential tool that we use is the Rig'em decoy bags. It's a necessity to have these bags. It keeps everything organized. We were lucky enough to bring on this hunt Andy Shamp, hardcore decoy pro staffer. He showed these guys different types of decoys we use, whether we're hunting honkers in a cornfield, hunting ducks over water. When you're hunting snow geese in the springtime, these birds are pushing to get to their nesting grounds in Canada. It's a very short window to get on these birds and make something happen. This was the first time these veterans have ever been at Bass Pro Shops. They were amazed of the atmosphere. We're taking out retired military vet Chris Jones for the last scouting trip before the hunt. We pulled up to the first field that we were scouting. Birds everywhere. I said to Chris, Chris, you're right there, you're looking at about 50,000 birds. He was overwhelmed. He didn't know what to think. The first day scouting these birds, we were only looking at right around 30,000 birds. The second day, third day kept building. Tonight, in the Finger Lakes, lots of birds. It doubled, tripled, quadrupled, well over 250,000 birds. We're hunting the Finger Lakes region in New York. This is the first place these birds stop at when they hit New York before they get into Canada. We got a very small window to make this happen. The scouting report is great. The birds are here. The migration is on. Now it's time to get the rig set. Setting a snow goose rig up, it's not that difficult. You got to be creative. You got to think outside the box. You got to think big. You got to think large. Make a big spread, big hole. Give these birds room to finish. It's about 12 o'clock at night. The rig is set. We're heading back to camp. Got an early wake-up call. Guys are exhausted, hungry. We'll be back out here at 5 a.m.
Up next, it's prime time for snow geese on the Finger Lakes. Team E Outdoors is brought to you by Orion Outboards. Get there with Orion today. Higdon Outdoors. Get real. Rig 'em right waterfowl. Heavily seasoned. Momarsh hardcore hunting products. T&P lanyards. All products made in the USA. Molt gear. Hunt hard, hunt alive. Lucky Duck premium decoys. Masters of deception. Copper John bow sights. Nothing tougher. Clam Outdoors. We are ice fishing. Inferno crossbows. Get fired up. Striker Brands blind camo.
The rig is set. We made a big teardrop with a hole in the center and a feed line at the top of the hole. The initial flight is going to be the birds that are roosted on the lake 1.5 miles away. As the morning goes on, we're hoping for a migration.
Day one, the conditions were okay. Kind of overcast, partly cloudy, light wind.
The birds came off the roost. They came in big groups, large numbers. I told Bob Baldwin with Fowler Boats and Andy Shamp with Hardcore Decoys and Chris Jones, our veteran, to get ready. These birds are coming off the roost and they're coming hard. Our guns are loaded with Spectre shot ammunition, and here is our first wave of birds. After the first volley of birds, I told the guys, get down, get in the blinds, more birds are coming. We're trying to finish these birds in the center of the hole. Just like hunting any other kind of waterfowl, you want to decoy these birds. You want to get them in close, you want to get them in tight. Today, we're not only using e-collars, we're also using a Canadian Goose call. All week long, these birds are mixing in with the Canadian geese. We're using the EX3 short reed goose call by Molt Gear. That last bird was a special bird. Chris Jones popped up out of the blind, pulled the trigger, and the bird fell. I hand-delivered the bird to Chris. It was a very special moment. It was his very first greater snow geese, and I could tell it meant a lot to Chris.
We're hunting the greater snow goose in the Atlantic Flyway. These birds in the fall push as far down south as North Carolina. These birds are pushing back north in the spring. As the snow melts, these birds are leaving New York. They're staging in southern Quebec. They'll migrate as far north as Greenland. These birds are always on the move. They want to push north as fast as they can. Makes it tricky to hunt these things. In the early 1980s, the greater snow goose population was right around 200,000 to 300,000 birds. Today, these birds, these greater snow geese, it's over 1 million birds plus. These birds are reproducing at an astronomical rate. They're destroying their nesting grounds up in Canada. This is why the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has started up these conservation seasons in the spring, all over the country. Pacific Flyway, Central Flyway, Mississippi Flyway, the Atlantic Flyway. These are very rapid reproducing birds. You always want to think ahead. The quicker you can get ahead of these birds, think where they want to be, the more success you'll have in the field killing these greater snow geese in the Atlantic Flyway.
The following day, we're set up in the same field. After watching the weather forecast last night, the skies were going to clear out, and that's a good indication of fresh birds pushing in from the south. Hunting these greater snow geese is hard work. This hunt took us 5 days to locate and scout these birds. It took us 6 hours to set up over 2,000 decoys. And now, after all of this hard work, it's finally starting to pay off. When you can make these birds commit to come into the hole, this is what it's all about. This is why we do what we do, and we love doing it.
Day two, the conditions turned for the worst. Heavy lake effect snow bands at times.
These conditions were unbearable. You want to hunt these birds on bright, sunny, bluebird days. With the heavy lake effect snow, it was very hard to keep visuals on the birds. After waiting it out for an hour or so, I told the guys we had a couple really good days, we got some birds on the ground, let's pack up. Hunting in lake effect snow It shuts the birds down. They don't like to migrate in conditions like this. We would like to thank all of our supporters for making this hunt possible. Woody Creek Distillers, Striker Brands Blind Camo, Scout Look Weather Apps, Rig'em Waterfowl, TP Lanyards, Spectre Shot Ammunition, Slay Face Paint, and Scott Trinan's Mold Gear.
Sheffield, baby. Hey folks, as you can see up here in upstate New York, wintertime is an absolute paradise for an outdoorsman. I was lucky enough to fish with Chris Jones, got him his first steelhead. Thanks for fighting for our country. And I watched the same thing you did, a wonderful snow goose hunt in the middle of our cold winter. Until next time, I'm Captain Rick. See you in the woods or on the water. Fish on, baby.